Thank you, Marcy. And thank you so much, Susie, for having this room. This is amazing. Like, it's crazy. Like, I'm sorry, Robin. But and Susie too. I'm so delirious. I kind of forgot all my birth stories, and I had like one particular thing I was going to tell, and then I heard all of these, and I'm like, I might be the only person here that actually had a C-section and was okay with it. Like it's crazy. I had 3 babies. My last baby 5 months ago, but we had our first baby at, I call it the airport with babies, at the Brigham and Women. It's like instead of planes, they have babies, and we had one of the supposedly best doctors in Boston, who my husband affectionately calls chest hair, because he I think has his scrubs specially made to get cut so low that they are like it's all you can see. That you get distracted by all the decisions because he has so much chest hair and these big green eyes. And but unlike, we had a hard time getting pregnant, so we ended up going to like acupuncture and trying all this crazy stuff like going into it. And so we ended up going to an acupuncturist, and this great guy, I walk into his office, he's like, "You want to get pregnant?" And I was like, "That's why I'm here." He's like, "I get all these ladies pregnant. I get all these ladies pregnant." And I'm like, "Okay, all right, but you might want to be more subtle about it. I don't know." Like, and my husband's like, "You have a lot of explaining to do. Like, this is like just out of control." So I end up going to him, and I get pregnant. Like, we had a few starts and stops, but so he gets me pregnant, like the needles only, with his needles, with his needle magic, not the other needle magic. But so we get pregnant, and so we ended up going to the Brigham, and we have the baby at the Brigham, and I had to be induced because I was overdue, and it was like, someone else was talking about how like no one will give you the clear, like the medical profession, they don't want you to like ever think, like trust your instincts. No one will give you a clean bill of health, but they'll elevate it up. So like at one point I'm in like an MRI tube at Children's Hospital being like, I think the baby's fine, like I don't think this is actually like, it's gonna be okay. So, but we ended up getting induced at the Brigham, and it was a disaster. Like the induction didn't work, so Rafiq wanted to send me home, and I'm like, I'm not leaving here without a baby. Like this, I came in here for this whole like experience. And so my husband said, like at that moment there was this like great Irish nurse who like broke my water. The next thing I know, like my husband said my neck unhooked. And he goes, "You look like," I looked over and I'm about to have our child, our first child. He goes, he started laughing. He goes, "You had no neck. Your whole neck was like this." And all of a sudden the baby comes flying out, this big crazy alien baby who did not want to come, and he's been a diva ever since. But he really is so high maintenance. And so the next baby, I went to Newton Wellesley Hospital, which was an amazing experience. It was a little bit different. Woman doctor, loved her to death, but the baby was so big. I was huge. And I'm like, all right, I'm a little self-conscious about it. So but they're like, "No, this baby's big. It's a big baby. It's a really, really big baby." And I was like, I go, "Well, I had the first one, it was like 9 pounds, I can do this." She's like, "No, it's all head. The baby's all head." Okay, and I was like, okay, so I don't know what that means. So she talked me into having a C-section, and she goes, like, "It's just dangerous for you to have this baby." And I was like, maybe I could pull it off. She pulls this kid out. She's over 11 pounds, okay? And she's all head, okay? So let's just say, like, that year, Dr. McKinnon got a Christmas card from my vagina. Okay, that was like, "Thank you for not letting me have this baby this way, but the other way." And so I'm in the unique position now where I've had a baby the regular way with like all the drugs, and it was like, "Oh, is it painful?" And I was like, "No, I was the one that was, I had a lot of drugs." So it was like kind of that feeling you get when you wake up like hungover on New Year's Day in a strange place, and you can't find your keys, and you don't remember where you parked your car, then your car got towed, like, that uncomfortable feeling like, "Oh, I'm never gonna get home." Like, that's what my birth story was like. But now if I had to compare a C-section versus a regular birth, like a C-section is like, I don't know if you've ever had your windshield replaced, like in your driveway, and it's like the easiest thing that can possibly happen to your car. It's because insurance pays for it. Like, you don't even have to leave your house. Like, you just like wave to them from the window, you call them, like it's in and it's out. Whereas like the other way, it's like getting T-boned by a Mack truck, okay? Like on like some deserted highway, and you don't have health insurance, and you may have had a few drinks, so the accident is definitely your fault. And then like, and my husband was like, he was trying to talk me into doing a VBAC for the third. I'm like, "No." So I explained that he's like, "There's stuff coming from you don't even know where it is. Like, it's just like, it's the," and then you pee I'm peeing my pants probably right now because of that 9-pound baby. But at the end of the day, the C-section was very civilized, and it was a very magical experience. The baby was ginormous. And our third baby, who's now 5 months old, is another huge baby, all head, literally all head. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to the whole situation, but it's exciting because the baby who was all head just got her clean bill of health from Children's Hospital that there's nothing wrong with her head. She just has a big head. I was like, thank you. Literally $20,000 in Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance medicals, and I was like, have you seen my husband's head? He's like, yeah, no, it's just freakishly big. It's just freakishly big. And but thank God, so everyone's healthy and fine. But my husband wants to have the fourth now, and I'm like, you can do that with your next wife. I'm done. At this juncture, I think we got a little bit more leeway to go. But with Samantha now, the new little baby Phoebe is very, very sweet and very kind, and I hope that she actually makes it to her first birthday, because the other kids, as you know, like to hide them and do other things with them. And as long as you find them, I guess that's okay. But that's my 3 birth stories in one, I guess. Thank you. But thank you so much for having us.